Are you sure you know what's really in your beer? Most of us grab a cold one without ever thinking twice about what's in that bottle or can. But what if I told you that your favorite beer could be filled with harmful chemicals, GMOs, and toxic additives? From herbicides to artificial preservatives, today we're exposing the worst beer brands you should never drink again. But don't worry, I've got good news too. Stick around to discover the beer brands that are truly safe, clean, and actually good for you. Let's crack open the truth now. Michelob Ultra. Let's kick things off with Michelob Ultra, a beer that's marketed as the healthy choice for fitness enthusiasts. You've probably seen the commercials, right? It's the beer that says, you can still be healthy and drink beer. But here's the truth. Michelob Ultra is anything but healthy. Now, it's true that Michelob Ultra has only 95 calories, which sounds like a great choice for those watching their waistline. But what they don't advertise is the genetically modified corn used to create the alcohol base. That's right, this beer relies heavily on corn syrup and dextrose, both of which are derived from genetically modified corn. This is a far cry from traditional beer-making methods, which focus on barley and hops. But that's just the beginning. Michelob Ultra also contains propylene glycol alginate, a synthetic thickening agent used to help maintain the foam. And this is where things get really concerning. Propylene glycol alginate belongs to the same chemical family used in automotive antifreeze. The FDA may classify it as safe for consumption, but European brewers refuse to use it, and for good reason. It's a chemical compound that most people would prefer to avoid putting into their bodies. Even worse, Michelob Ultra uses artificial hop extract instead of real hops. The result? A beer that's stripped of the natural compounds that provide real beer benefits, like antioxidants and anti-inflammatory properties. As if that weren't enough, testing has found glyphosate residue in Michelob Ultra, the controversial herbicide commonly sprayed on GMO crops. If you're drinking this beer after a workout, thinking you're making a healthy choice, you're actually consuming pesticides and synthetic additives. The ultrafiltration process used in Michelob Ultra also removes most of the beer's natural nutrients, leaving behind little more than alcoholic water with a few chemicals added in to give it flavor and texture. It's a far cry from the traditional, nutrient-packed beer that people used to enjoy. Stella Artois. Next up, we've got Stella Artois, a beer that likes to hide behind its Belgian heritage and premium pricing. But don't let that fool you. There's a dark side to this so-called premium beer. Independent testing conducted in 2023 found that Stella Artois contains detectable levels of glyphosate herbicide, the very same chemical found in Roundup, and one that's been linked to cancer in multiple studies. The herbicide comes from contaminated barley used in the brewing process. But that's not all. Stella Artois also uses genetically modified corn and rice to reduce costs, all while maintaining the appearance of premium quality. So much for the pure Belgian beer you thought you were getting. Even more concerning is the fact that Stella Artois uses Class 4 caramel coloring in their beer. This chemical compound forms 4-methylimidazole during production, a substance that's been found to cause cancer in lab studies. In fact, California law requires warning labels for this compound, yet Stella Artois continues to use it without any disclosures in most states. But wait, it gets worse. Stella Artois also uses isinglass, a fining agent derived from fish bladders, to clarify the beer. While it's technically natural, many consumers with fish allergies or dietary restrictions are drinking fish derivatives without even knowing it. Stella doesn't disclose this on the label, which is incredibly concerning for anyone with allergies or specific dietary needs. If you're drinking Stella Artois thinking you're getting a premium experience, think again. This beer is filled with chemicals, GMOs, and questionable ingredients that you won't find in a true, high-quality brew. Beck's. Beck's is often marketed as a premium lager with a rich brewing tradition, but a closer look at its ingredients reveals a different story. Despite its classic appearance, this beer contains genetically modified GMO corn, a cheaper alternative to traditional barley. GMO corn is heavily treated with pesticides, which end up in the final product, making it a concern for your health. Independent tests have also shown that Beck's contains detectable levels of glyphosate, the herbicide commonly used on GMO crops. Glyphosate has been linked to serious health issues, including cancer, raising concerns about its presence in a popular beer. On top of the GMO corn and glyphosate, Beck's contains high fructose corn syrup, a processed sweetener that's typically used to cut costs. This ingredient has been associated with health problems such as obesity, diabetes, and heart disease, making it an undesirable addition to any beer. Beck's also uses artificial hop extract instead of real hops, which removes the natural benefits that hops offer, such as antioxidants and anti-inflammatory properties. The use of artificial hops means you're missing out on the health benefits of traditional beer. Furthermore, Beck's includes propylene glycol alginate, a chemical used to maintain the beer's foam and texture. It's the same chemical found in antifreeze. While deemed safe by the FDA in small quantities, it's a substance many consumers would prefer to avoid. Lastly, Beck's contains caramel coloring class I4, which has been linked to 4-methylimidazole, a known carcinogen. Yet, Beck's doesn't include any warning labels, leaving consumers unaware of the risks. Despite its premium image, Beck's contains harmful chemicals, GMOs, and additives that undermine its quality. If you value your health, it might be time to reconsider this beer and opt for a cleaner alternative. Corona Extra. It's the beer you associate with lazy beach days and fun in the sun, but behind that iconic label and refreshing image lies a massive amount of hidden dangers. Let's start with the obvious. Corona Extra uses propylene glycol in its brewing process. This is a chemical stabilizer used to maintain consistency during shipping, and it's commonly used in everything from antifreeze to cosmetics. The fact that it's in your beer is a major red flag, but the problems don't stop there. Corona Extra also uses genetically modified corn syrup to help ferment the beer. This is an ingredient that traditional brewers would never use because it's not only unnatural, but also highly processed. Tests have found that Corona Extra ranks among the highest for glyphosate contamination, putting it on the same dangerous level as the other toxic beers we've already discussed. It's a huge issue, as glyphosate is linked to everything from cancer to chronic disease, and you don't want to be drinking it regularly. And then there's the clear bottle. While it's visually appealing and part of the brand's marketing, it actually causes more harm than good. Light penetration through clear bottles creates free radicals that degrade the beer's quality, which is why Corona has to add extra preservatives to compensate. It's a cycle of damage control that only compromises the beer's taste and quality. On top of all that, Corona Extra contains high fructose corn syrup to help balance flavors lost during mass production. And to make things worse, the beer uses modified food starch derived from corn to improve head retention. This is another synthetic additive that traditional brewers would never touch. If you're drinking Corona Extra on the beach, thinking it's a clean, refreshing choice, you're actually consuming pesticides, chemicals, and preservatives. It's not as innocent as you think. Bud Light. Let's talk about Bud Light, America's best-selling beer. You've probably seen it everywhere, from tailgates to backyard parties. But when you take a closer look at its ingredients, you'll see why it's a beer you should never drink again. First, Bud Light contains genetically modified rice and corn, with rice being the primary grain used instead of barley. This is a huge problem for anyone trying to drink clean, quality beer. Rice is used to cheapen the product and increase profit margin, but it comes at the cost of flavor and quality. Then, there's the use of corn syrup during fermentation. While most of the corn converts into alcohol, residual amounts remain in the beer, which means you're drinking genetically modified corn in every can. The beer also contains multiple synthetic stabilizers, including propylene glycol alginate. This compound helps to prevent separation, but it's a chemical that many people would rather avoid in their food and drinks. Independent testing has found glyphosate residues in Bud Light, which is concerning for health researchers who are studying the cumulative effects of pesticide exposure. This is a mass-market beer that millions of Americans drink on a regular basis, and they're unknowingly consuming dangerous additives and chemicals. Bud Light uses artificial hop extract instead of real hops, removing the natural compounds that make traditional beer so beneficial. This beer is ultra-processed and stripped of anything beneficial. The high fructose corn syrup in small amounts is added to balance flavors lost during mass production, leaving you with empty calories that are anything but nutritious. Bud Light is a prime example of how industrial brewing prioritizes profit over health. When you're drinking this beer, you're sacrificing quality, flavor, and your well-being. Coors Light. Coors Light marketed as a refreshing, clean beer with Rocky Mountain spring water. It sounds so pure, doesn't it? But when you look deeper, you'll realize that this beer is far from clean. Let's start with the fact that Coors Light contains genetically modified corn syrup as the main fermentable sugar. This means that the beer is mass-produced with synthetic additives, leaving traditional brewing methods behind. For centuries, beer has been made with barley malt, but Coors Light uses corn syrup to increase yields and lower costs. Coors also uses isinglass, a fish bladder derivative, to clarify the beer, which many consumers are unaware of. This ingredient is typically not disclosed on the label, leaving people with fish allergies or dietary restrictions unknowingly drinking animal products. Add to this the fact that Coors Light uses caramel coloring, class 3 and 4, to maintain its color consistency across massive production runs, and that glyphosate residues have been detected in the beer from GMO corn and barley. All these chemicals and additives make it far from the fresh, clean product you might expect from its marketing. Miller Lite. Miller Lite, the original light beer, was one of the first beers to go light. But let's be real, it's also one of the worst offenders when it comes to chemical shortcuts. Like Bud Light, Miller Lite contains genetically modified corn and corn syrup as its primary ingredients. That's right, corn syrup is a major player in the brewing process, contributing to the beer's lighter body and taste, but also introducing harmful additives. It also contains propylene glycol alginate, a stabilizer commonly used in industrial food production. But here's the kicker. Miller Lite uses artificial hop extract instead of real hops, which removes the natural, health-promoting compounds typically found in traditional beers. Tests have shown glyphosate contamination in Miller Lite, and the beer contains high fructose corn syrup, which is used to balance out flavors lost during mass production. But there's nothing natural or beneficial about high fructose corn syrup. It's a highly processed sugar that adds empty calories to your beer. If you're drinking Miller Lite because you think it's a light, health-conscious choice, you're only getting synthetic chemicals, additives, and a beer that's been stripped of everything good for you. Heineken. Heineken, the green bottle, the international icon. But behind its sleek branding, Heineken hides a shocking truth. Heineken contains genetically modified corn, and its yeast strain produces higher levels of acetaldehyde, a compound that contributes to hangovers. While the beer markets itself as premium, the ingredients tell a different story. The beer also uses caramel coloring, which contains 4-methylimidazole, a substance linked to cancer. Yet this carcinogen is allowed in Heineken without any warning on the label, even though California requires that the chemical be disclosed. Tests have shown glyphosate contamination in Heineken, and the green bottle allows light to penetrate, which leads to skunky flavors and degraded beer quality. To compensate, Heineken uses extra preservatives, like potassium metabisulfite, which can trigger reactions in people with sulfite sensitivities. Heineken's marketing may portray it as premium, but its ingredient list is a far cry from premium. Pabst Blue Ribbon. Pabst Blue Ribbon, PBR, takes the top spot as the worst beer you can drink. It combines every problem in the beer industry into one disastrous product. PBR uses over 60% genetically modified corn and corn syrup, making it one of the most chemically laden beers available. To make matters worse, it uses artificial hop extract instead of real hops, stripping the beer of any beneficial properties. Independent testing has found glyphosate contamination in PBR, with herbicide residue exceeding safe levels. It also contains multiple synthetic stabilizers, including propylene glycol alginate, which is used in processed foods and industrial applications. Tests have also found caramel coloring in PBR, with confirmed 4-methylimazole presence. This chemical is a potential carcinogen that should never be in your beer. PBR is cheap, and it's marketed as a fun, quirky beer. But the truth is, it's the worst beer on the market. The combination of GMOs, herbicide contamination, and synthetic additives makes it a complete disaster for your health. Safe beer brands. Now that we've uncovered the worst offenders, let's focus on the beers that get it right. These breweries stand out because they prioritize quality, purity, and transparency, all while keeping your health and well-being at the forefront. Unlike many mass-produced options that cut corners, these brands stick to the basics, using real ingredients and traditional brewing methods to deliver a genuinely clean beer experience. You don't have to settle for toxic brews filled with additives, GMOs, and harmful chemicals. There are still beers out there that honor the craft and the consumer. These brands prove that it's possible to create beer with integrity without sacrificing flavor or quality. They focus on what truly matters: clean, simple ingredients and sustainable practices that benefit both you and the planet. The best part is, you don't have to compromise on taste to enjoy a healthier beer. These brands use traditional brewing methods that highlight the natural flavors of their ingredients, giving you a beer that's rich, authentic, and full of character. They don't rely on artificial flavors, preservatives, or shortcuts. Instead, they focus on sourcing the finest ingredients and using the best brewing techniques to ensure every bottle is packed with quality. If you're tired of the toxic cocktails that are often disguised as beer, it's time to make a change. These 4 brands are leading the way when it comes to producing clean, healthy beers that still deliver great taste. They've proven that with a commitment to transparency and real ingredients, it's possible to craft a beer that's not only good for your taste buds, but also better for your health. So, next time you're reaching for a cold one, consider these brands that respect both the beer-making process and your well-being. Trust in their dedication to purity and authenticity, because you deserve a beer that's as good for you as it is for your taste buds. Let's dive into the 4 brands that you can count on for a truly clean and healthy beer experience. Samuel Smith's Organic Ale, a testament to traditional brewing. When it comes to organic beer, there are few that can hold a candle to Samuel Smith's Organic Ale. This brewery, based in Yorkshire, England, has been brewing its beer the old-fashioned way since 1958. And with over 6 decades of brewing experience, Samuel Smith's is committed to keeping its beer pure, simple, and true to the craft. At the heart of this organic beer is a commitment to using only the finest natural ingredients. Samuel Smith's Organic Ale is made with just 4 simple ingredients: organic malted barley, organic hops, pure water, and yeast. That's it. There are no artificial additives, preservatives, or flavorings, and certainly no genetically modified organisms, GMOs, sneaking their way into the brew. The beer is certified organic, meaning it meets the highest standards of organic farming and is free from synthetic chemicals, pesticides, or any other harmful substances. What sets this beer apart from many others is how it's brewed. Unlike modern brewing methods that rely on high-tech equipment and mass production techniques, Samuel Smith stays true to traditional methods. One of the key practices they employ is fermentation in stone squares, an old-school method that not only adds to the authenticity of the beer, but also helps create complex flavors naturally, without the need for chemical shortcuts. It's a labor-intensive process that takes time, but it's one that results in beer that's full of character, taste, and integrity. It's a reminder that great beer doesn't have to be rushed or mass-produced. The quality comes from careful sourcing, proper brewing techniques, and patience. Samuel Smith's Organic Ale isn't just beer. It's a product of craft, care, and conscious brewing practices that make it a standout in the world of beer. Whether you're sipping it on a quiet evening or pairing it with a hearty meal, Samuel Smith's Organic Ale delivers a truly authentic beer experience that stays true to its roots. If you're looking for beer made with real ingredients, no shortcuts, and a commitment to quality over quantity, this is a brand you can trust. Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, a pioneer in craft beer. If you're a fan of craft beer, then you've likely heard of Sierra Nevada, a company that has been pioneering the craft beer movement in America for decades. Founded in 1,979 inches, Chico, California, Sierra Nevada has remained one of the most trusted names in craft beer, renowned for its innovative and sustainable brewing practices. Over the years, the company has helped shape the American beer landscape, providing a wide range of flavorful, high-quality beers made with integrity and dedication. But it's Sierra Nevada Pale Ale that continues to be the brand's flagship and most beloved offering. What makes Sierra Nevada Pale Ale stand out from the crowd is its commitment to using whole cone hops, a key ingredient that sets this beer apart from many others on the market. Whole cone hops preserve the natural oils and antioxidants that are often lost in the use of hop extracts. These natural compounds not only add to the beer's flavor profile, but also contribute to the health benefits of hops, such as their anti-inflammatory properties and high levels of antioxidants. The use of whole cone hops means that every sip of Sierra Nevada Pale Ale is packed with flavor that's not only vibrant but also beneficial to your health. Beyond the hops, Sierra Nevada takes great pride in its commitment to sustainable farming practices. The company owns and operates its own organic hop farm, ensuring that its hops are grown without pesticides, herbicides, or synthetic chemicals. Sierra Nevada also works with local farmers who share the brewery's commitment to sustainable agriculture, using farming practices that prioritize soil health and environmental sustainability. This level of transparency and accountability is something that's hard to find in most mass-produced beers. The company's commitment to sustainability extends to the brewery itself. Sierra Nevada has invested millions of dollars in solar panels, water reclamation systems, and other green technologies, making it one of the most environmentally conscious breweries in the country. The brewery has set the standard for sustainable beer production, showing that you can craft high-quality beer without compromising the planet. Sierra Nevada has proven that you don't have to compromise quality for sustainability. If you're looking for a clean, flavorful beer that's made with integrity and care, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale is one you can trust. Allagash White, a true Belgian-style wheat beer. If you're a fan of Belgian-style wheat beers, then Allagash White is a name you should know. Brewed by Allagash Brewing Company in Portland, Maine, Allagash White has earned its reputation as one of the finest examples of Belgian-style wheat beer available today. But what truly sets this beer apart from others is its commitment to using organic ingredients, traditional brewing methods, and clean practices that make it a standout in the world of craft beer. Allagash White is brewed with whole grains, fresh spices, and real ingredients. This includes coriander and curacao orange peel, which give the beer its signature spicy and fruity flavors. What you won't find in this beer are the artificial additives or preservatives that are often used in mass-produced beers to extend shelf life or alter the flavor profile. Allagash Brewing is known for its commitment to transparency, and their ingredients are always listed clearly on the packaging. In addition to the quality of the ingredients, Allagash Brewing supports sustainable agriculture and fair trade practices with its farmers. The brewery works closely with its farming partners to ensure that the ingredients used in Allagash White are grown using sustainable methods that prioritize the environment and the health of the soil. This commitment to responsible sourcing ensures that every sip of Allagash White is not only good for your taste buds, but also good for the planet. Allagash Brewing also uses traditional Belgian yeast strains that help create complex, natural flavor profiles through fermentation. This process results in a beer that's clean and crisp, with a beautiful balance of spice, fruit, and malt. Allagash White is a true Belgian-style wheat beer that has all the qualities you expect from this classic style, but with a modern twist that's perfect for today's craft beer drinkers. The brewery's commitment to quality and sustainability makes Allagash White an exceptional choice for anyone looking for a beer that not only tastes great, but is also brewed responsibly. Allagash Brewing proves that you don't need to rely on artificial additives or chemicals to create a flavorful, high-quality beer. Live Oak Brewing, brewing perfection in Austin, Texas. Based in Austin, Texas, Live Oak Brewing is a brewery that has earned a loyal following for its simple, yet perfect approach to brewing. Unlike many other breweries that rely on modern shortcuts and industrial equipment, Live Oak Brewing stays true to traditional German brewing techniques, ensuring that every beer is made with authenticity and care. One of the things that makes Live Oak Brewing stand out is their commitment to using German malted barley, German hops, and Bavarian yeast. These high-quality ingredients form the foundation of their beers, which are brewed without the need for artificial additives or preservatives. Live Oak Brewing doesn't rely on industrial shortcuts or mass production techniques. They use decoction mashing, a traditional brewing method that takes up to 8 hours to extract maximum flavor from the grains. This labor-intensive process creates a beer that is rich in flavor and complexity, something that many industrial brewers overlook. What Live Oak Brewing does best is simplicity. Their beers are made with minimal ingredients, yet they are packed with flavor. This approach to brewing allows the natural flavors of the malt, hops, and yeast to shine through, resulting in a clean, refreshing, and full-bodied beer. By avoiding the use of chemicals and additives, Live Oak Brewing has created a product that is not only better for your health, but also better for your taste buds. Live Oak Brewing also emphasizes the importance of local sourcing. They work with local farms to secure the best ingredients available, helping support the community while ensuring the freshest beer possible. In addition, Live Oak Brewing doesn't filter their beers, leaving in beneficial yeast and wheat proteins that add to the beer's texture and nutritional value. This commitment to unfiltered beer results in a product that retains its natural character and provides the full range of flavors and nutrients you would expect from a truly great beer. If you're looking for a beer that's pure, simple, and authentic, Live Oak Brewing delivers every time. With German-inspired techniques and a commitment to quality over convenience, Live Oak Brewing proves that you don't need to rely on industrial methods to create exceptional beer. Now that you know the truth, it's clear. 9 of the most popular beers are filled with GMOs, synthetic chemicals, and harmful additives, while the other 4 brands stand out by staying true to what beer should be: pure, clean, and made with care. When it comes to your health, it's time to stop settling for the cheap, mass-produced beers that are loaded with hidden dangers. The next time you walk down the beer aisle, remember what you've learned here. You don't have to drink the toxic stuff. There are healthier, cleaner alternatives that deliver on taste without sacrificing your well-being. It's important to make smarter choices for your health, and you deserve better than the beers filled with chemicals, pesticides, and artificial additives that are currently sitting in many of our fridges. The truth is, your health is too valuable to ignore the ingredients in what you consume. It's time to be more informed about what's going into your body. Whether it's your favorite go-to beer or a new brand you've never tried, always check the label, research the ingredients, and make sure you're choosing products that are free from harmful chemicals. If this video helped you see the truth behind these beers and opened your eyes to the dangers lurking in your fridge, do me a favor. Hit that like button, drop a comment telling me which beer you're tossing out today, and share this video with your friends and family so they can make smarter choices too. We all deserve to know what we're drinking, and together, we can spread the word and help others avoid these toxic brews. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss more truth bombs about the products we consume daily. You'll be the first to know about harmful products to avoid and discover safer alternatives.